All right, so this is going to be video number 5 in the progression. And this one we're going to talk about when we have an A term, a B term, and a C term in the quadratic. So we're going to graph y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 5. All right. To graph any quadratic, you're going to follow these steps every single time. First step, which would be step 1, is you're going to find the axis of symmetry. Okay? And that is the equation. It's a little tiny equation that you need to remember, and you do it every single time. X is equal to negative b over 2a. So let's identify a, b, and c over here in this quadratic equation. A is 1, b is negative 6, c is 5. And we're just going to plug a and b in here and get the axis of symmetry. It's negative of negative 6 all over 2. A is 1 there. All right. Negative of negative 6 is positive 6. 2 times 1 is 2. The axis of symmetry is x equals 3. That is the equation of the line. Now, if you're computer drawing this thing, you don't need to draw in the axis of symmetry, but you still need it to find the vertexes, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. But here it is. If you're drawing it, I would recommend putting it as a dotted line, x equals 3. It is, the parabola is symmetrical along this line. This line cuts into 2 symmetric pieces, okay? So then the next step would be step 2. For every single quadratic you'll do, whether you're graphing it on a computer or on a piece of paper, is find the vertex, okay? All right, now we already know a piece of it because we know that x is 3. The vertex falls on the axis of symmetry, and all the x values on this line here are 3. So I know that the vertex has a x value of 3. I just need to find the y value, and lo and behold, that comes from the original equation. Whatever x is here, it gets plugged in, and we get a y out of it. So we're just simply going to plug in, wherever there's an x, we're going to plug in a 3 to find out where the y value of the vertex is, okay? We get 9 minus 18 plus 5. That's negative 9 plus 5. We get negative 4. All right. So the vertex is at negative 4. So we're going to put a dot on the axis of symmetry at 3, negative 4. There it is. Now, here is a shortcut for all quadratics. And this simply says, you look at A. If A equals 1, then there is a shortcut that's similar to the slope in linear, where you can go from the vertex and you can go up 1 and over 1. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I go up 1 over 1, that's where my next dot is going to go. Okay. Now, if there's a dot here, there's going to be a dot that's on the other side, the mirror image on the other side of the axis of symmetry. Now, that's called the 1-to-1. And for A equals 1, there's 3 steps. There's 1-to-1, 3-to-1, and 5-to-1, which means from the next dot, I can go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Now, there will be a mirror image on the other side as well. Now, you can plug x values in and find y values, and you'll get these dots right here every single time. So this is just a quicker way of doing it. Now I'm just going to draw that in there, and there's the parabola. Well, that was pretty good. So when you're graphing, there's 3 steps. Step 1 is find the axis of symmetry. Step 2 will be use that to find the vertex. Once you've plotted the vertex, you look at A, and if A is 1, you have this nice little ratio, which I've covered up here. It is, if A equals 1, you can go from the vertex up 1 over 1. Then from that dot, go up 3 over 1. From that dot, if you need to, go up 5 and over 1. If you're graphing on a computer, just go up 1 over 1 for your second dot. Plot your vertex first, then go up 1 over 1 for your second dot, and that'll plot it on the computer for you. And that is graphing a quadratic.